We look at our business model in several ways to make sure that we can ensure our organization's financial self-sustainability. The first way that we look at it is how many offenders are we going to be able to put into our work programs. The second thing we look at is what's the quality of training that we're going to be able to offer to the offenders. Then after we've answered those questions, we begin to look at what products and services does our market need to do what they do, to what's going to help them in their daily business or in the affairs of the government. The next thing we look at after that is the distinct advantage that we have as correctional industries. What can we do? What can we offer that might be different or somehow better than what's offered elsewhere? And then finally, we look at the sustainability of that advantage. How long are we going to be able to hold on to the ability to provide this work in a way that gives value both on a price and quality level to our partners and customers? One of the things that we look at in determining all these things is the Bureau of Labor Statistics 10-year economic outlook study. That helps us to understand where the job trends are, where they're going to be. It helps us to know which businesses we can get and expect to be able to stay in, but also which of those businesses are going to be available for our offenders when they get out. Determining our business model is one of the key things to maintaining financial self-sufficiency. If we don't pick the right business model, then it's very difficult to be able to pay for the programs that we put in place. The world right now, in terms from a business perspective, is changing faster than it ever has before. Over the last 10, 15 years, you saw a lot of offshoring, things moving away from the United States, and now, things are coming back, and there's kind of this mix, this shift of things going out and things coming back, and obviously with the economic downturn, there's been a lot of change. So what I look at in the midst of all this chaos is determining a business model that's going to work for us short term, long term, to be able to build a foundation, build a training program, and be able to stay with that program. Right now, we're having to look at things we've never looked at before. We're having to look at things to add to our programs that maybe no other CI has added to a program before. We're having to consider new ways of doing business. We're having to basically put all of our options on the table. And unfortunately, we're having to make some hard choices, consider closing some things that have been good to us for a long time, and move from those things into things that are going to be things that we can sustain in the future that will help us remain a viable option and stay financially self-sufficient. We determine our return on investment primarily by looking at a number of factors, sometimes factors that go even beyond what I learned working in the private sector. And some of those factors are on the social side. And first we start with what kind of skills, how many offenders are we going to be able to put into these programs? What are they going to learn? How long are we going to have them? What can we teach them? What are they going to be able to do when they get out? So there's this whole return on investment side that deals with the skills and the training that we're going to be able to offer by adding new programs. But then on the financial side, we obviously have to be able to pay for the program. We need to be able to pay for any raw goods that go into it, any upfront investment. We also need to be able to pay for labor hours. We need to pay for the free world supervision, and we need to be able to pay for the overhead administrative costs that go along with running these programs. And that may mean paying for accounting, or it may mean paying for sales, or it may mean paying for any number of different indirect support positions. But ultimately, when we look at a return on investment, we need to be able to offer value to our offender population and to our customer groups, a value both in price for our customers, but also in quality. We need to be able to find a place where we can offer them that quality, and we can still sell the product for enough money to cover all these expenses, provide the skills to our offender workforce, and be able to invest in new options for the future.